I need you to describe your character and tell us your character's name, but I would love for you to do that with the understanding that your mouth is filled with blood.
All right, well, my name is Xerxes Ileres. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm a paladin. Broad-shouldered, muscular.
Behind you, you feel a sudden reassuring presence, and you feel a massive winged shape appear behind you. A griffin formed of starlight and pure magic nuzzles against your armor.
I instinctively just lean into him and touch his beak.
From behind you, a figure emerges in translucent white light. Could you do me the favor of describing what your husband looked like in life?
Oh my God.
I
gotta go.
It's been 10 minutes.
So,
when do we breathe? When does that come?
This whole episode is a trigger warning.
I'm too upset to take notes.
The face of the being above you is no face. There is no warmth to the eyes. You see the pitiless, featureless glare of the sun itself.
Yes.
I look up at its face. Is it looking down in my direction?
It turns down to look at you.
Turn your eyes from this sinner. He is beyond redemption.
What has he done?
He has betrayed his kin.
You see the horned figure turns to you and says,
It's all right. It's all right. Just ask yourself, Xerxes. Whom did we betray?
Yo.
and he...
I
You see the ground, and it is fast approaching.
What?
And with that, you wake up.
Oh, Daddy.
I think I'm in the wrong class. I thought this was freshman biology.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Would you like care to make the morning announcements, Loquatius?
I would, but Aria, I need my copy. I
Mr.
need it
Seeley,
right away.
Mr. Seeley, got you right here. Yes, sir. Here you go.
Count me down. Oh,
In
how
five,
do I look good?
4,
Yes, all
3,
right, here we go.
2.
Good morning and salutations, sundry subjects of the soaring city of Avalir. I am Loquatius Seeley, your handsome and helpful herald. I report the news that shapes Avalir's views. Tonight, as we all know, marks the eve of the replenishment and our return to Cath Moira, our terrestrial sister city. Remember, folks, make sure to fasten all those loose valuables and belongings tightly, as our friends in the Navigators Guild wish to remind us that there's always a pinch of turbulence in our descent back towards Exandria Firma. And speaking of belongings, why not try Orison's Odd Tack, the spell glue that sticks to what it's told. As Orison himself might tell you, and you see on the screen, on the crystals broadcasting this message, you see Loquatious's face for a moment quivers and starts to morph and dissolve into another face. His hair changes as well, and to the untrained eye, it would look like an edit or a cross dissolve. but to those who know that he is a changeling, he's actually changing his physical appearance live on screen.
Hello there. I'm Orison from Orison's Odd Tack. The trusted name in arcane adhesives for over 30 years. Check out our replenishment special, 50% off today only. Hop on down to Orison's.
And then it morphs back into Loquatius Sealy, who announces, well, make ready for tonight's fireworks extravaganza to the Dawn's Ledge side and enjoy the Parade of Beasts beginning at sundown in Excelsior Plaza, right outside the headquarters of my own Herald's Tome, your trusted record of renown. As the Archmages always say, knowledge is power. So pack a punch with a people's paper. All glory to the Academy Arcane and to the proud people of Avalir. I'm Loquatius Sealy saying, Sealy you later.
You see a Hadmadad, which is a basically uniformed little bright red and blue. It's a fabric construct, sort of like a scarecrow. But you see it walks the streets in a little pre-recorded message, and it's sort of smiling, bright blue fabric head, a little stuffed sort of burlap sack, goes, get your bumper shoots, get your bumper shoots. Everyone get your bumper shoots for inclement weather. Rain, sleet, snow, there's no telling what kind of weather we might be facing. And you see a little wizard mother with her daughter walking by in their robes. And the little girl says, Mummy, what's weather? And you see...
Ooh.
We've got to get her into school. $1.
And you see the mother says, don't worry, darling. Weather is something we must only contend with for a month every 7 years. And walks along.
You see, I've been trying to reach you through the normal means, and it seems that someone's been ignoring someone else's. You know, when we separated, we said that we would try to remain friends, try to keep open, clear lines of communication. You know,
we are
see
a
each other
day
all the
out
time.
from the replenishment?
Yeah,
What
all the more
fucking
reason.
hairstyle
All the more
check
reason.
do you need from me? You look beautiful. What do you need? What do you need?
Well,
what do
thank you. Thank you. I'm just saying we're going to be down there a lot, probably mingling in the same with the same folks, glad handing with the same people down there. If we can't even talk amongst ourselves, then it's going to be very awkward for us. It's going to be very awkward for me, frankly, having to explain why there's this weird coldness in the room. And, you know, I know that you're obsessed with your work.
Social status my problem right now?
You don't have to. Just reply to my messages.
The ones from Aria?
Aria is just my assistant. She's a fantastic assistant. She came highly recommended.
I'm sure she did.
She happens to be young. She happens to be attractive, but that goes with the territory. It has nothing to do with anything else.
Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. You have my unadulterated attention.
Well,
right
that
now.
would make the first time that's ever happened.
I begin summoning a firebolt.
The Sailor Marines of the Harvest Moon, your merchant company, they saved the enchanted glade in which my maze can be found, and and I said I owed them a boon, thinking that I might, in a time of need, come to their rescue. And they said, are you free on this date for the parade of beasts?
And what ease it is for you that you need not give of yourself in any way. We simply ask that you parade. That's it.
Yeah, I guess it's easier for me.
Great. What is your name again?
Ferromine.
Ferromine? You need to get, can you go ahead and get with Alessander, and then the two of you just talk, and I'm going to keep on moving.
You see that Alessander says, how much do we owe you for your service? And it says, no, it's a
It's a boon! It's a boon! Pay him, it's a boon!
As you walk forward, the sheer brilliance, the sight, the vision, to go to the druids of old Toramunda, those old Gaudrashari, and to say to them, well, listen here, you might be able to turn into a bear, but so what? I was going to take this city to the sky, and he wrestled with them. He did, and they said, "You're not going to split the city in half." And he said, "There's more brimstone." Did you know that the veins of brimstone set into the sculpture are perfect to the millimeter, with the veins of brimstone in the base of the city itself? It is a perfect replica.
You know, I did, but I never tire of hearing of it or your stories.
I'm sure that I repeat myself. Here's a story you won't have heard, and I'll tell this, and it's a little.
Oh, please, I have all the time.
Well,
Are you all right? Do you need to sit down?
Yeah.
Are you all right?
No, quite all right. Hold on. There it is. Oh, well. All I wish to say was, your grandfather Emir, poor girl, Emir the Bull, they made this statue, and the original artist.
Come with the +1.
Let's say yes. Let's say yes.
Who did you bring?
I brought. It takes me a second to remember her name.
Love it.
But her name is Bolo, I think.
Bolo?
She's a friend of a friend. We were sort of set up. This is the second time I've ever met her. She's gorgeous, isn't she?
Melindra mentioned that people were asking for +1s at the last minute.
Yes,
and I said yes.
I told everyone that would be fine. So.
All right, fantastic.
Nice to meet you, I'm Bolo.
No! Come on, man!
How many
Bolo?
she has?
Bolo wants to be a reporter like me.
Eventually, I'm going to be a reporter.
No!
I've taken her under my wing, and I think she's got a bright future.
This is disgusting. I don't like whoop.
This your house?
Yes.
Who's that Bolo in the
Yes.
city?
You know what, Bolo? Why don't you go fetch us some drinks and just do some mingling, you know? There's a lot of stuff that you can hear by picking up on people's conversations in these events. You might get some leads and clues. So start practicing, maybe take some mental notes and get us some drinks, all right?
In Aeor, sometimes it is illegal to ask these questions.
From Aeor. You know, it's fascinating. I heard that there was some stowaways from the last time we visited
Oh, she's
Aeor.
not a stowaway at all. I sent a letter and had her brought here. So
Yes.
No, sorry,
You
I
want
just...
drinks?
yes, please.
Okay. She walks off.
Isn't she delightful?
Kill everybody. You're gonna kill us all.
Fantastic.
I think her name is Bolo.
I think her name is Bolo.
You see that there is a Hadmadad holding a small tray of drinks, and you see Bolo's there saying, "I need drinks from you, not this." And you see that the Hadmadad's like, "Listen, I only have a small list of pre-programmed responses. I'm not actually sentient. So if I'm saying this, you know that you've asked for something that's not included in my brain."
Good evening. I know all the faces in this gin joint, but I don't seem to know yours.
This bag is giving me a hard time.
I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't catch your name.
Bola?
Bola.
Bolo?
I am Cerrit, a Grupnin. My friends call me Pinch. Bola from...
Aeor?
Bola from Aeor. Mysterious. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask. Can I escort you?
I need the drinks.
You need the drinks.
This bag keep arguing with me.
Yes, it does. I hate it when they do that.
Can you destroy?
I can sense your frustration. I'll be sure to take this up with the maker of this fine machine. Let me see what I can do.
What do you mean machine is a bag?
Yep. I'll be back. I'll be back. Hood up. I make my way down through the thing. I go over to Loquatius. Who the fuck did you come with?
A blur of gold comes by. Who the fuck did you come with?
Oh.
And I take back off to go find them.
Oh, you don't need to, Laren. She's just some arm candy that was offered to me by
Arm
a friend.
candy. She threatened to expire the help. Too sweet.
Well, it's gonna be a fun night for me then.
I'm gonna grab that champagne out of your hands.
And then I'm just gonna do something that I've done to her hundreds of times, but not in a while, and just sort of gently rub her shoulder and inspire her.
You want to throw some bardic inspiration on that roll? Go for it.
All right. When you make contact, I think a little bit of her perfume kicks up, and it smells like Issylran, violet, and petrichor, which were the flowers at our wedding.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
So you get a D10.
Oh my god, thank you.
Announcing the champion of the matron of ravens, Purvan Suul.
Shut your fucking mouth, Brennan Lee Mulligan.
And you see walking.
What?
You see
Very important figure.
The reactions at the table.
He should just like parts the ivy a little bit so we get a good look.
Thank you.
you see walking through the doors of the Palazzo Porco, a young man, long dark hair, light brown skin, a severe, grave expression on his face.
This guy.
And you see, he's got a wolf with him. The man who walks in bears terrestrial mud on his black leather boots. He walks in the stoic countenance of a ranger, and you see beside him a black and gray wolf stride in. He looks around sullenly. A mantle of raven's feathers around his neck.
He's not clad in armor, though.
You do not see him clad in armor.
Oh, interesting. Oh, of course. Oh, shit. Okay, sorry.
I'll tell you after.
Hey, why would any kind of special armor be needed in this wonderful age of Arcanum?
Sure. He's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
Hold on his boots.
You look at this Hodmadad down on the ground, disanimated. Something's wrong. And on a 31, you're not alone in this room. Invisibility is a pretty beloved power. It's easy to get. Even very junior mages can master it. The problem with invisibility is light is very important for a number of functions. And no matter how cloaked you might be in it, you can't make your whole self invisible. Even if it's smaller than a pinprick, you need just enough of your eyes to stay visible that light can hit them and you can still see. Now, perceiving a fraction of a pupil hanging in space, smaller than a grain of sand, would be beyond most people. But you've been trained to look for them because they always move in two.
Unlike your eyes.
You look up in a mirror in the chamber, and you can see behind you, smaller than grains of sand, there are 2 pupils. You whip around. You see where the eyes are, so you don't need to even see where the neck is. If the eyes are that far apart, right there. The first thing that becomes visible is the blood hitting the wall, and you hear the drop before the spell fades.
Oh my god!
This person went from being invisible to being dead and didn't have time to register what was happening. You see a body materialize out of invisibility. Chunks of skin carved off of a shaved head. Lips carved off of a face.
What?
Wearing rags covered in infernal runes. A mortal man who nonetheless is stitched together with orange irises and bloodshot eyes staring out of a dead face. You hear behind you from the mirror. You will never reach the Wild Mother's embrace in time. Are you looking for something? You turn around, and in the mirror you see a shape. In mist, swimming in the fog. In the mutilated face of Vespin Chloris. Reaches forward, hits the other side of the mirror, the glass cracks, and the face is gone. And the crack remains as you see your own image behind the shattered glass in the reflection. And that's all for this episode. That's all for this episode of Exandria Unlimited Calamity.